This isn't a video that I ever intended to make. In many respects, it veers off my usual content, but for the last 2 months I've had almost hourly notifications about a comment I made on a video about Richie Reseda. Richie, while serving a 10-year prison sentence, was inspired by the writings of bell hooks and subsequently developed an educational program on intersectionality for incarcerated men. My comment centered around the profound impact that bell hooks' books had on me, especially the book The Will to Change, Men, Masculinity and Love. In many ways, this book feels like the antidote to so much of the toxicity that we see in online content. So I thought I would deviate from my usual content to delve into why bell hooks, in particularly The Will to Change, helped me and why it is such an impactful piece of work that I recommend everybody add to their reading list. The Will to Change significantly helped me during a tough period of my life where I was experiencing frequent PTSD episodes. While I'm a strong advocate for therapy and I don't want to underplay its importance, this book offered a kind of solace that was deeply stabilizing for me, and it helped me to process my experiences more so than any professional. It made bell hooks a personal hero of mine. Bell Hook uniquely examines society with an intersectional lens. Notably, The Will to Change is one of the rare pieces of feminist literature that addresses men as its target audience. It's fascinating to note how Hooks calls out that while feminism aims to dismantle patriarchy, it often doesn't directly encourage discourse with men or understand their experiences under patriarchy. However, societally, we frequently discuss toxic masculinity, but seldom address the cyclical nature of patriarchy. The cycle of patriarchy mandates both the emotional and physical suppression of men while they are young boys, which is enforced by individuals of all genders. Patriarchy isn't just about structural gendered inequality, it's a war on traits that are deemed feminine and femininity at large. For me, all of this becomes more obvious when you see the backlash against non-traditional displays of femininity or attributed traits, particularly in queer communities, all of which can attest to this. You can see it when many men sense their masculinity is under threat, and they often react by exhibiting hyper-masculine behaviours, which can probably explain a lot around why 2 high-profile tech bros are going to have a cage fight. As a result, society struggles to define positive masculinity, or offer young boys a constructive blueprint for manhood. Qualities like gentleness, empathy, humility and sensitivity are all commonly linked with femininity. Yet, there's no reason why these attributes should be exclusively feminine. We risk alienating many men by simultaneously suppressing their femininity, directing their masculinity, and then vilifying them for it. One of the reasons that bell hooks' work resonates deeply with me is due to my personal journey. Much of my life has been spent grappling with my own naturally sensitive nature in a world that seems hostile to it. I felt for so much of my life I'd been curled up in this ball, desperately trying to hold on to traits that made me who I am that could be perceived as feminine. I was a sensitive kid who was deeply attuned to others' emotions, which often made navigating school, work, friendships and relationships challenging. During my teens, I had a 3-year battle with a chronic illness and my resilience was as low as it could be. The societal backlash for not adhering to traditional gendered norms felt unrelenting. In many ways, this time of my life was the fire that fueled my kindness, but also it's something that I often battle with. What was amazing about reading bell hooks was her insights provided clarity on my experiences and aided my processing of those experiences. It helped me to stop internalizing the emotional and physical flogging that I'd received and contextualize it without defending that behavior. So why make this video and share, quite frankly, more than I'm comfortable sharing on a social platform? Well, firstly, my experiences have shaped that perception, making me less concerned about others' opinions, and part of that processing helps me move closer to being at peace with who I am. Second, I hope some of these things being shared within this video help others to better understand their own experiences. This kind of conversation, especially from men, is seldom in the public or even private domain. While I don't claim any expertise on the subject, all I'd like to do is honour bell hooks' words within the context of my own personal journey. If this video sparks constructive discussions around intersectionality, identity and societal structures and prompts efforts to create a more equitable world, then more power to us all. If this is something that you're interested in learning more about, then obviously I'd recommend bell hooks' book, The Will to Change, Men, Masculinity and Love, and also another book of hers called Feminism is for Everybody.